Welcome to Buffalo on the Rise. I'm your host, Joe Chili. We're talking with Dr. Michael Wisiorek today and about something that everybody concerns themselves with, hair. I mean, look at, my hair and your hair looks perfect, but it's something that everybody really worries about. And can you actually give somebody their hair back if they lose their hair?
Absolutely. Now there's expectations and there's degrees depending on the amount of hair loss and what has caused your hair loss. But very often, most of the time, is going to be genetic, androgenic hair loss, which is your male pattern and female pattern hair loss. Once we've eliminated any hormonal imbalance or any metabolic issues that may be contributing to your hair loss that we can possibly reverse. Excuse me. But reversing hair loss is one thing. Replacing hair that's no longer there involves a simple outpatient procedure. It takes one day. It's essentially painless. But we take excess hair that you have in other areas of your scalp and move it to areas where you don't have hair. It's completely painless. It is completely natural and will last forever.
Now, you're using your own hair because
Correct.
Remember the old joke where people would say, "Oh, this is really dog's hair," and every time you walk past a fire hydrant, your hair will go up on one side. But
I haven't heard that one.
Oh,
But,
okay. Well, but you're using your own hair.
Yeah.
And is the process? I hate to ask this, but is it painful?
It's really not. You're going to get a couple of pinches to numb you up, but once you're numb, it's essentially a painless procedure. It's a longer day. It's going to take the majority of the morning. Most people can drive themselves to and from the procedure without any difficulty. It's extremely well tolerated. It takes about 3 or 4 days to recover at home. Then you can start to get outside and back to your normal routines.
What about, obviously I'm going to think, hair loss for men. I don't often think about hair loss for women, but is this a thing as well?
It's huge. Hair loss for women, first of all, 60% of women will lose or notice thinning hair by age 30. It's just a fact. You're going to look younger and healthier with hair. Women in particular, they get crushed by this. They have all kinds of concealers for decades. They've been using wigs, they've been using hats, different hairstyles, different colors, and what have you. Now there's weaves and clip-ins. It's stunning. It was stunning to me as a hair restoration surgeon. Oops, sorry for that women lose hair at such a high rate. Now, there are male pattern and female pattern, but anybody can have either one of them. And I've seen women come in literally in tears, say they haven't taken their wig off in front of their own husband at home for a decade. And we can absolutely help these people. And the stigma that goes along with women losing hair is very real. And very often they don't talk about it like everybody talks about men's hair loss, right? So the first thing they have to know, women who are losing hair, you're not alone. There are thousands of women in this city alone that are losing their hair every day. I understand this and I can help you.
What about the products like Hair Club for Men, Bosley, or the pills and the things that you see on TV? I mean, we're in a country where people want immediate gratification, right?
Correct.
Take a pill, tomorrow you're going to look like Sasquatch.
Yeah.
It doesn't happen, right?
Correct. Listen, pills, lotions, ointments, lasers, they're not going to help you. There is a place for maintaining hair in medication, but not for restoring hair. If it was that easy, no one would suffer from hair loss. There would be nobody walking around without hair. Take a pill, your hair grow back. So it's important to know that once this is done, once you've lost hair, we have to just use other hair. And you have plenty of hair on your head to move around without looking thin in the back.
Well, if you need hair, I've got some extra.
Oh, the universal donor. Right.
Yeah, the universal donor. That's exactly
Well,
right.
people ask that every day. You can't use somebody else's hair. As for the Hair Club and the Bosleys out there, successful corporations, they've been around for a long time. By and large, they're prescription, online issued things where you can get their medications directly sent to your house without doctor's appointments. Bosley is more of a surgical hair restoration outfit that will evaluate you, and frankly, from this area, this location, I can tell you that they're going to send you to Philadelphia or Chicago or New York City, somewhere out of town, to have your procedure done. It's usually quite expensive, and it involves traveling and accommodations. When I can do this procedure for you right here in Western New York for considerably less than what you're going to have to pay overall over there. And with my credentials, being Western New York's only expert in hair restoration, I can guarantee you're going to get as good or better hair transplants, hair restoration processes here with me than you are out of town with these companies.
How do people start the process?
The process couldn't be easier. The number is easy. It's 500 hair. Give us a call. Initial consultations are absolutely free. You come in, you sit down, you'll talk with me or you'll talk with one of my experts. We'll go over everything about your hair loss and what can be done. We are a medical practice. We are not a retail store. We do not sell things. No one is selling to you. No one's going to push you to sign anything. No one's going to ask you to buy anything. Just come in and get your free information and my guarantees, and we'll talk.
All right. For more information and answers to your questions, contact Hair Restoration Aesthetics and Dr. Michael Wisiorek by calling 716-500-HAIR. That's 716-500-HAIR, or go to hrabuffalo.com.